Do you want to learn English through podcasts? Subscribe to our channel. We help you improve your English faster by deep diving into interesting topics.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take a whole stack of source material, really pull out the key insights, and help you get informed fast. Today, we're doing a deep dive into communication skills. And our guide points out something pretty fundamental. This isn't just, a talent you're born with.
Right.
It's a skill, something you can learn, practice, and get better at. And that can make a huge difference, personally and professionally.
It really can. And what's interesting from the guide is how often we think it's just talent. That very idea can stop us from even trying to improve,
Yeah.
The material shows that even those people who seem like natural communicators, they often have surprisingly intense practice routines behind the scenes. So yeah, our mission today is to break down how you can start improving this skill, right away, how you can change the way you connect with people.
Okay, let's get into it. Our sources really position active listening as the absolute foundation.
The bedrock, yeah.
It's a term we hear all the time. But the guide highlights something pretty startling. Most people listen with the intent to reply rather than to understand. Just think about that for a second. How often do you get yourself, planning your response while the other person's still talking?
It happens constantly, doesn't it? And the source really nails why that's a problem. When you're just waiting to jump in, you're not actually processing what they're saying.
Right.
You're basically building a wall that stops you from responding effectively later. It's only when you truly listen, truly try to understand, that you can craft a response that, actually works and helps the conversation.
And that focus, the eye contact, the thoughtful response, that's what builds trust, right? Makes things more meaningful.
Absolutely. It creates deeper connections and just, frankly, more effective exchanges.
Okay, so once you've properly heard someone, the next step, according to our guide, is making sure your message lands clearly.
Clarity and simplicity.
Exactly. The advice is pretty direct. Don't use overly complicated words or jargon if you don't need to. The core idea, pulled straight from the material, is effective communication is not about how much you say, but how well you convey your message.
Yeah, and that's so crucial today. We're swimming in information, right?
Totally.
So the question becomes, how do you make your point cut through all that noise? Our source emphasizes being clear, concise, and structured in how you express things. That structure helps ensure your message isn't just, heard, but really understood. Maximum impact, minimum waffle.
Makes sense. And it's not just the words, is it? Devices really hammer home the role of body language.
Oh, definitely. The silent communicator.
Yeah, we kind of know it intuitively, but the material states nonverbal communication often speaks louder than words. And it gets specific. Things like good posture, using gestures that fit what you're saying, keeping a confident tone.
And what's fascinating is how these nonverbal signals work. They aren't just like add-ons. They can either seriously boost what you're saying or completely undermine it. Your posture, your hands, even the rhythm of your voice, they're sending messages constantly.
It's like a whole other conversation happening at the same time.
Exactly. Shaping perception before the brain even fully processes the words.
So with all these parts, listening, speaking clearly, body language, how do we actually, improve, sharpen these skills?
Well, the guide suggests some proactive steps.
Okay.
Things like consciously trying to expand your vocabulary, maybe improving language skills by reading more or listening to, conversations like this one, perhaps.
Or just making an effort to have more sort of meaningful chats day to day.
Right. And for building confidence, the guide mentions things like practicing public speaking.
Even if it's just small presentations.
Sure. Or joining a debate club, maybe. Or just actively participating more in group discussions. Those things can be really transformative for confidence.
And that confidence links to something deeper, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The guy talks about emotional intelligence.
Yes, absolutely crucial. It's not just about saying the right words. It's about understanding your own feelings and, really importantly, responding with empathy to others.
Yeah.
There's a great line in the source. Great communicators don't just talk. They connect on a deeper level by showing empathy, patience, and respect.
I like that. It shifts the focus from just transmitting information to actually building relationships.
Precisely. It's about genuine connection, not just exchange.
And connection implies it's not just one way. Our sources really emphasize that communication is a two-way street.
Definitely.
Especially at work,
Yeah.
right? The need for feedback and being adaptable. You have to pay attention to how people are reacting to what you say.
Yeah, watching those cues.
And crucially, being open to constructive criticism, not getting defensive.
Which is hard sometimes.
Oh, definitely. And it also means being flexible, adjusting your style. You wouldn't talk the same way in a formal board meeting as you would with friends, right?
Of course not. And that adaptability is, well, it's quite powerful. It means you're not just delivering a pre-planned speech. You're learning, adjusting, refining your approach as you go.
In real time.
Yeah, making sure your message actually connects with that specific audience in that specific moment. It makes it dynamic.
So it keeps coming back to action, to doing. And the guide really circles back to this core principle, consistent practice.
Foundation, again.
It plainly says, the more you practice, the better you'll get. And it's not about like huge dramatic changes overnight. It's the small stuff done daily.
Like what?
Well, things like practicing a confident introduction or running through a presentation out loud, maybe even recording yourself speaking to hear what you actually sound like.
That can be revealing. Maybe a bit uncomfortable, but revealing.
Yeah, but it helps you spot where you can improve.
And this brings up a really vital question for everyone listening. How can you weave these small, consistent practices into your everyday routine? Because, like we said at the start, communication is a skill.
Right.
And like any skill, whether it's playing guitar or learning a language, mastery only comes through that deliberate, regular effort.
Okay, so let's recap this deep dive. We've covered quite a bit.
We have.
We started with active listening, truly understanding before replying, then clarity and simplicity in getting your own message across.
Don't forget body language, the nonverbal side.
Right, and the deeper level of emotional intelligence connecting with empathy.
And underpinning it all, that need for feedback, adaptability.
And the absolute engine driving improvement, consistent practice.
Yeah.
These are the skills our sources identify as just vital for success, both at work and in your personal life.
And the impact, as the source material really stresses, is profound. When you cultivate these skills, they not only help you in career growth, but also strengthen your personal relationships and boost overall confidence.
It really sounds like they unlock a more connected, more effective way of being in the world.
I think that's a great way to put it.
So, thinking about everything we've unpacked today, here's something for you to consider. What single communication habit will you pick to focus on improving, starting right now?